What is going on, guys? Today, we're doing Fictional Devil Fruit 2020. This is something I did about 2-ish years ago, I want to say, with someone who's going to be on it this time as well. I'm hoping I could do this maybe every year from now, and it's really fun. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, basically, we just come up with our own idea for a devil fruit, something that hasn't been done in this series, which honestly is really fucking hard to do because, I mean, Oda really hits just about everything you possibly can, so you really need to come up with something kind of extreme. So I at least had a difficult time, but I'm really happy with what I got. But yeah, so again, like I said, I did this last time with my buddy Gannon, who is joining us today. Gannon, say hello.
Hello, everybody. It's Gannon.
Okay, yeah. So Gannon, he's been on my channel a few times. You may have already recognized him, but if not, he also has an anime-ish kind of channel. He, I think, describes it as a variety channel. He does a lot of different things, basically just things he's interested in. Definitely has some good content. Certainly better than my content, which, to be fair, is an extremely low bar. But that's not the point. Highly recommend checking him out. I'll leave the link in the description. And when I say that this time, I actually mean it, since I did originally forget in my last video with him to put that link there. Yes. But, so that will be going on. But yeah, so I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say what my devil fruit is, and then he will go ahead and do his. So, yeah, just getting right into it. All right, so I have this super cool idea, okay? I don't exactly...
He's been chiefed about it. Like, he's actually excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
This idea.
So,
in contrast,
Yeah, go on.
Which, in contrast to the last discussion we did 2 years ago, I had to drag his ass in here to do this.
I mean, I didn't have such a brilliant idea last time.
This time, he's actually excited, so I'm actually excited to hear what he's got to say as well. So,
Okay.
knock yourself out.
So, first of all, the name of the devil fruit would be the emerald fruit, okay? Which, honestly, is a little bit misleading, but I think it's really cool. Because what it does is, so the user of this fruit, okay, when they eat it, they now become, I guess, an emerald human, I suppose. But it's not like the diamond fruit. It's nothing like that at all. What it does instead is when they touch somebody and they activate their ability, they are then transferred into basically a replica of the world, the One Piece world, I guess, except everything is kind of like, you know what, is actually kind of similar, not quite the same aesthetic, but similar to like Blueno's room.
The door
fruit. Well, the room that he's in. You know, I mean, I get whatever.
Okay.
It's a little bit green, but it's way cooler. It's like emeraldish, right? And it's an exact copy, except there's no living creatures there. So it's basically, it just allows for a 1v1, first of all. So that's the most important part. And it doesn't end until someone dies. So that's really crucial, by the way. You cannot play around with this fruit. If you get someone in there, it's fucking going down. But okay, so when you get in there, then there's no way in or out except by killing one or the other. And then the user of the emerald fruit now has this special, awesome ability. Basically, what they can do is they can create 4 clones. There's 4 clones, and then there's themselves. And each one of them, including themselves, has one of 5 different weapons, okay? The 5 different weapons would be a sword, a flail, Hidan's weapon, from Naruto, the weapon he has.
Like a scythe?
It has like 3 things, though. I like the idea of 3 of them.
You know what I mean? I know what
and that one, it like extends too, like it's on a rope, kind of, so it's like just badass as fuck. I like that. So he has that. Then there's one with a lance and one with an axe. Haven't really decided if I'd prefer it to be a battle axe or a great axe, but not sure. I think great axe, honestly, because I think the sword I want to be smaller, so great axe would be better for the axe. But, so, okay. So, that's going on. And then the catch is that only one of these characters, I guess, creatures, and their weapon is actually tangible at any given time. However, every 5 seconds, the user can switch places or existences, basically, with one of the other ones. So it's kind of hard for the enemy to really know who exactly is the bad guy, I guess.
Okay.
But and this would not work with hockey because I guess hockey would not be able to detect which one is the correct one because the user's spirit is imbued in all of the other clones. So
okay,
that's basically it. I mean, I think it'd be really fucking cool. It'd be pretty intense. I mean, it'd be basically like fighting 5 Obitos, kind of.
Can I give some of my feedback now?
Sure, yeah.
Alright, so I was patiently waiting the entire time for you to somehow tie in the name of the fruit with the ability. I have no idea why is it called the emerald fruit, bro?
I told you, because the place...
The world that they travel in is, like, slightly green, that's it?
Well, to be fair, it was inspired by, something called the Emerald... In fact, actually, I'd probably name this area that the Devil Fruit creates the Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream is a place in the Warcraft universe where it's basically what I described. It's like a replica of the existing world if there weren't any... what do you call them? Extraterrestrial life? No, that's not right. No, because that's just anything.
There's just
intelligent
biological
creatures.
life.
No. There is biological life, but there's no like intelligent creatures.
Okay.
So it's just like nature-y.
So there's like deer and shit.
Yeah, right.
So
deer
like,
and shit. That's like the
regular
go-to.
Animals.
Yeah, right. No intelligent.
But there's
creatures.
there's no like human life, like really like
correct.
highly sentient life.
Correct.
Okay, so listen, it's a good fruit. To be real with you, I like it. It's like a JoJo stand, actually.
Really?
And I've thought of the idea before. When I think about fictional devil fruits, I've come up with a couple that are similar to the fact that there's like deathmatch fruits.
Yeah, I love that
the idea
concept.
that you've come up with a deathmatch fruit where it gives the user an advantage in a deathmatch, and the enemy of the fruit has to overcome this challenge to survive, basically, and only one comes out. It's like the fucking Thunderdome. So, in that aspect, I appreciate that, like, there is a deathmatch aspect to it, and then also, I like that all 5 of the clones... At first, when you said that there was, like, 5 clones, I was like, dude, is he, like, making a 7 Deadly Sins? Like, is this Meliodas'?
Yeah, no. It's just little weapons.
And I was like, no, but I do like how they're all different weapons, and they're cool weapons.
Yeah, that was what I was finalizing before we started the video. I wanted, because I had to knock a few out, and those are the 5 that I settled on and wanted in.
My only criticism, though, is that I feel like if you don't understand the Emerald Dream reference, then the name of the fruit has very little to do with the actual fruit's function. That's my only criticism.
I mean, sure, but I just think it's super cool.
Okay. So listen, Fronky kind of did an introduction here. The video is going to be going on both of our channels. Next year, I'm going to be doing the introduction and kind of hosting. So you can... The inspiration for Fictional Devil Fruit discussion is definitely like Food Battle from Smosh. Like, we're going to be doing this yearly, and it's going to be like different every year. So just know that Fictional Devil Fruit discussion is being hosted on Fronky's channel this year, and next year it's going to be on mine. But regardless, the whole shtick of this Devil Fruit discussion is that me and Fronky are both going to give an original Devil Fruit idea, and we're going to leave it up to the subscribers to basically kind of converse down in the comment section which they like better.
Yeah.
And if you'd like, you can converse which one would win in a fight. But you can just kind of
that's not really
bet.
the point, but I mean, yeah, what are we
It's
talking
not
about?
really
That's
the
kind of
point.
people we're talking about here.
It's not, yeah, listen, that's not really the point. The point is which one you like better, not which one is stronger. Because you can kind of guarantee that every year mine's going to be stronger, because I just really like coming up with OP shit. That's like my shit.
I like doing the opposite too, or I at least like making it like a double-edged sword. Like, okay, like this one, like, yeah, that's pretty fucking strong, but at the same time, you cannot casually be using this fruit. I mean, if you're gonna fight someone with it, you have to kill them. You can't just like injure them or anything.
So, anything else you would like to mention about your fruit before I go and talk about mine?
Yeah, I mean, vote Emerald Fruit or you suck.
Yeah, vote Emerald Fruit or perish.
Exactly.
But no, that fruit sucks dick compared to mine.
Okay.
So let's get into mine. Alright, because mine's amazing. If you remember last year's fruits, I would like to quickly go over them. Fronky had the swamp monster fruit, right? And it was, it wasn't any better than mine, to tell you the truth. Mine was literally just a copy of Nice Coon's ability from Hamatora, which is the ability to travel through sound waves and use sound waves as a medium of travel. But this year, okay, are you excited?
I'm fucking ready.
My fruit is called the Kine Kine no Mi. Okay? The Kine Kine no Mi, otherwise known as the kinetic fruit, allows the user to become an energy manipulation human. And it allows the user to, upon contact with touch, right, they have to either be touching it with like their hands or feet or something, they are able to manipulate the amount of kinetic energy that is in an object at a given time. With this, the user is able to, for instance, let's say an enemy like Jozu throws a ginormous boulder at you. Right as the boulder is coming towards them, the user of this fruit would have to be kind of a mediocre to decent hockey user. They would be able to touch the object, remove the kinetic energy in the object, and just leave it floating in midair to the point where it no longer becomes a threat to them. Okay? That's like one of the aspects of this fruit. But the very strong aspect of this fruit is that they're also able to put kinetic energy into an object and send it hurtling towards their enemies. So they're able to take any common object, whether it be like a rock, a pebble, or a stone, and they're able to effortlessly just put massive amounts of kinetic energy into them and make them dangerous projectiles. So, like, let's say, you know how Katakuri, like, flicks jelly beans?
Mm-hmm.
The user of this fruit would just have to, like, touch the jelly bean and fucking put massive amounts of kinetic energy into it and just turn it into a bullet, like Katakuri did, but with way less effort. Now, you might think, like, okay, that's a little bit lame. But just think about it on a bigger scale, right? Like, the user of this fruit could just put their palm on a very large and dangerous object, like a fucking house or something, and just send it hurtling towards their enemies at lethal and dangerous speeds. It's like the pawpaw fruit, except that you also have that ability to take away kinetic energy and make it, like, potential energy. So you can just, like, stop all your enemies' attacks. Basically, this is like the pawpaw fruit, but, like, better. And because the pawpaw fruit kind of makes it so that you have to touch anything on those paws you have in your hands. But the kinetic fruit is anything that the user comes in contact with. And then also, in my mind, Fronky, if I had this fruit, I've low-key fantasized about this, dude. If I had this fruit, think about how badass this would be. The user of this fruit would just be like a lone wolf that traveled the One Piece universe and just kicks everybody's ass by himself because he has an OP fruit. But he goes around in this ship, right? That's literally just a bullet casing. It has no windows or anything. It's just the bullet shape. It's like a fucking metal, solid, really blunt bullet that they ride around in. And they open it up. It has no windows or anything. And the inside of the bullet... and this really has nothing to do with the fruit, but dude, I've just thought about how cool this would be. Right? If the inside of the bullet was like a camper, and you like opened it up, and it had everything that you needed to live. Like, it would have a shitter, it would have a toilet, it would have like a stove, it would have just like a command chair to sit down in. And all bro would have to do would just go to the command chair and like hold on to rods, and he would put his kinetic energy into the bullet and ride around in it like anywhere he wanted to. Like, he could go through fucking mountains if he wanted to, because the front of the bullet would be super sharp. And I'd imagine the user of this fruit would ride around in their like encased bullet like a submarine. Like, they'd ride it around on the seafloor and just do sick shit.
That part's pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
I definitely really appreciate the transportation.
And then also, like, not to mention that I don't know if it's just... I haven't decided this yet, but it could just be down to the manipulation of objects, but I imagine if the user had a strong enough body that they would able to like put kinetic energy into themselves as well and move at high speeds. But there obviously would be risk to that, because it's not like the pawpaw fruit where you're just, you know, pushing away air at light speed so that you could like teleport basically and move it really.
It could also be like an
speeds.
awakening.
Yeah, basically. Like, there's risk to it. Like, I could put as much kinetic energy as I'd want into my legs and just fucking run like an absolute dynamo, but there's also the contingency that my legs need to be able to deal with that amount of energy. It's like Deku from My Hero, if you remember. There was a lot of trouble he had when he initially got All Might's power. Basically fucked him up.
Right.
So that would also be contingency. It's like not too overpowered, but it is something that you can do with the fruit. You can boost your own mobility. And then not to mention the bullet casing idea I had for the user of this fruit. That could be used offensively as well. Like, imagine this jock just showing up to Marineford in his giant bullet ship, just comes out of the sea floor, coming at you at like a fucking 1,000 miles per hour. And I would assume the metal that like this ship is encased in has got to be like the hardest, one of the hardest metals in One Piece. So it'd be able to go through like mountains and do dope shit.
You know, I definitely like that
envision.
aspect. That's
so,
super cool. That and it also kind of gives me like a Mihawk vibe, just like, I mean, it's obviously not the same thing, but just like him strolling around by himself on his little boat.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And he's just able to just show up and like cut mountains in half and just do dope shit. So yeah, that's my fruit. It's the Kine no Mi. I imagine it would have like a really dope fruit design because, as you know, Oda, over the recent year, he's been coming out with a lot of devil fruit designs. So I just imagine that the Kine fruit would have this like really cool design. The user would ride around in this really awesome like bullet shaped thing. He'd ride around on the seafloor that's like a camper. And yeah, that's my fruit. So now it's your turn to give me any feedback you like.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I definitely am a huge fan of the transportation aspect. So I'm not clear, though. So do you have to, like, absorb energy to be able to release it?
No.
Okay, so you just... So, like, how much do you have at any given time? Like, what is...
So the thing is that, like, you can... It's actually, like, overpowered. Like, you have an infinite amount of energy. Like, if you wanted to, you could send, like, a pool ball, like, towards somebody, just fucking light speeds and delete them if you want.
Right.
And the reason why I thought that this wouldn't be too overpowered is because, like, what's the difference between this and, like, sending lasers out with the Pika no Mi?
Well, that is a conversation for another time. I could go on about that for like 45 minutes.
The thing is that the thing is that you do have an infinite amount of energy, but the size of the object in which you're putting the energy into will fatigue the user. So, like, if you can't just put like infinite energy into
that was going to be my next question.
Building.
If there was like a fatigue factor,
you can't like put it into like a building, dude. Like, if you did that, you would get fucking tired. It would be similar to, you know, how Law's fruit fatigues him if he expands the room beyond a certain point. Like, you could definitely throw like a tennis ball or something at somebody like ridiculously high speeds and ridiculously high amounts of energy with no problem. But if you were to do that with, I don't know, something that's probably bigger than the user, like a boulder, I imagine that would fatigue them a little bit. And then, like, let's say it gets to something as big as a building, then fuck, dude, that would be like a power play.
Yeah, no, I like that limitation for sure. I mean, it's definitely overpowered as fuck, but at least there is at least something to it. It's not just...
But you gotta think about, there are
insanity.
fruits in the One Piece universe, like the pawpaw fruit, that can just do that whenever it wants. Like, they could repel a building. Like if Kuma, like, touched a building, he could repel it at light speed, no problem, and I don't even think he gets tired.
Well... Don't know about light speed.
Dude, okay, don't make a fool of yourself, dude. You know that the paw fruit can dispel air at the speed of light. That's literally what it does.
Yes, that it can. Okay, but it can't repel objects at that speed.
Are you positive? Are you sure about that? Insert John Cena meme here. Are you sure about that, dude?
I mean, so the objects that are repelled cannot maintain that speed for any time, or anything even remotely close to it. Like I said, this is a totally different conversation.
I know that, but he does have the ability to like repel somebody at light speed if he wants to initially.
Sure.
They won't maintain the velocity, obviously, because that's how like light works. The speed of light works.
I understand. Yes.
Initially, he could still do it.
Yes. Correct.
He has the ability to repel things away from the positive speed of light.
Yes.
But yeah, that was my fruit. The Kine no Mi, and then what's your fruit is like literally the emerald fruit.
I mean, yeah, I always just say the one name, but...
All right. Looks like Fictional Devil Fruit Discussion 2020. We got the Kine no Mi kinetic fruit versus the emerald fruit. You guys...
I think the winner is pretty clear here, honestly.
Okay, no. I mean, if you're implying that yours is the winner, no.
Well, I mean, come on. It's so cool.
Listen, it's not that cool.
It's so cool.
I mean, were you listening to the part about my like bullet camper ship that like?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's for sure. That I'm a huge fan of.
That's sick. Okay?
I mean, that's really cool. But still.
No windows even. Dude just use observation hockey to like.
True.
You know what's around him. He's a jock.
Imagine Fujitoro with that fruit.
Yes, bitch. Yes.
That'd be really cool.
Fujitoro would be the ideal user of this fruit.
Yeah, he really would be. That'd be super cool.
Especially because the thing about Fujitora is that he doesn't really block a lot of attacks with his fruit. Like people actually get up in his face and he has to block it with his little sword. Mm-hmm. So it would be a perfect fruit for Fujitora. Absolutely. But yeah, do you want to do a closing statement? Because I think we mentioned everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we've done about everything here. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for watching. Hopefully, you enjoyed this video. I'll tell you what, I had a really, really fun time making it. I both enjoyed talking about my fruit. I was really excited for sure. And Gannon's is pretty cool, too. I was expecting the same trash that he had last time, so, you know.
I had to step it up this year.
We had something a little bit better. So I think we both stepped it up, really, and it was fun. I'm excited for next year. Unfortunately, we got to wait a whole year for that, but hopefully this will be good enough for now. If you did enjoy the video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely leave a comment letting us know what you thought about everything, the whole idea of the fictional devil fruits, as well as, of course, more importantly, who won. Whose devil fruit is cooler? I mean, I already know the answer. I know what you're going to say, but I feel like I have to say this. I have to be neutral towards the whole thing, so, you know. But yeah,
sure.
So definitely do that. I am really curious to hear what everyone thinks about that. But yeah, with that all being said, that's pretty much everything. Make sure, if you have not already, to definitely check the description for the link to Gannon's channel. I'm telling you, it's definitely worth a look. He's got everything. He's got good channel art. He's got good thumbnails. He's got content that's better than mine, which, again, is not impressive. But if you're here, then, I mean, shit. You know, you must have pretty low standards, so you might as well go and check it out. Anyway, once again, thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it, especially if you made it this far. I understand it's a pretty long video, so, awesome. Definitely let us know who you thought won, and yeah, I guess we will see you in 2021.